Hey, we're live to the Entrepreneurship Podcast where hustle meets strategy with JP and your host PJ, and we're hosting Prasad Pillai. How are you doing today, sir?
I'm doing fantastic. Thank you for having me today.
Let's see. So, would you like to give us an intro about yourself?
Yes. My name is Prasad Pillai, and I am
Can you
the
check it?
founder and CEO of Botswork AI. Botswork is our product, and my company is Mindspace LLC. Botswork is a product that we're building for small businesses, entrepreneurs largely, right? And we'll talk about that more. But uh, fundamentally I'm a builder. I've been an engineer by profession, and got out of my day job and then building my dream company, my startup, and I'm in that entrepreneurial journey at this time.
So, was there a childhood early moment that got you into entrepreneurship?
Uh, it's a tough question to answer. So for me, I think my childhood has definitely shaped my decision to strive to build, take this path of entrepreneurship. I knew that it was difficult going in, but there's certain things we just do because that's just what we have to do, you know. So yes, there was some incidents. Yes.
What were some of those moments?
It, you know, one of that was my strong belief over time. Somehow it just happened to think like that. That entrepreneurs are the real deal, right? Uh, you see, they take a lot of risk. They build opportunity and job, right? We chase opportunities. We create uh, things from out of thin air, right? It's like magic.
Absolutely.
you know. So I come from. I grew up in India, right? And India is a place where we struggle for opportunity, for jobs, for everything, right? You can see. I mean, that's happening everywhere, but especially, um, it's more seen, especially in the place that I come from. It's harder to find jobs. There's not enough jobs for everybody. So one is obviously creating jobs, but then it doesn't work by, you just can't create jobs by itself, right? It's a bigger thing than that, and that's what entrepreneurs are trying to do, really.
When did you move to the US?
Oh, when I was young and 25 years ago.
25 years
25
ago?
years ago, yeah.
And what major differences do you see in India compared to America?
Yeah, India is my motherland, and I say America is USA is my fatherland, right?
Okay.
It has a reason for that. So I grew up, and I came here in my uh, you know, early 20s, right? Just out of school, and uh, this is uh, where I spent majority of my time since then, and then this is where I shaped myself. So that's the reason why I call that name. So I respect both cultures, and I'm so glad to have been associated and born and living here in the U.S. Uh, eh, um, there's a lot of similarities, and there are major changes as well. One is the thinking and that embrace around, the American dream, right? Which is around, it's a very controversial subject, but
I
but
don't think it
but
exists anymore.
what's that?
I don't think it exists
I know,
anymore.
I know, but I
What
really want all of us to be positive, because it's what we create, right? And that's what entrepreneurship. I love entrepreneurship, even though it's very, very hard. Um, uh, I still believe it still exists, and if not, we got to build it. We got to create it. But in India, it's very different, right? It is a developing country. We have a very long and very deep heritage. It's a civilization that's very age old, and but then the last 200, 300 years is very, very tough. It's a developing country. So
Mm.
hugely, there's a big difference.
Well, as an entrepreneur, that for you, especially being in America, you have two different perspectives. But because they're a developing country and you're an entrepreneur, what problem do you see that you can go back to your motherland and provide some opportunities for the undeveloping country?
Yeah, absolutely. Yes. I mean, creating opportunities for both countries is where I'm looking for. Currently, India is a place where you can, the population is, it's a billion plus people, right?
That's a lot of people.
So, and then education is lower cost if we compare that in the US. And um, there's a bunch of talent out there that can be put to use. That's one aspect of it. But more than that is the learnings, right? The cultural learnings. I have seen the both sides, right? So
Mhm.
I would think it's the mindset, and also we don't know how good we are here in the United States, right?
So
We take
people from the US or born here,
Yeah,
we don't know how great it is as far as the opportunities and resources that we have to do anything.
absolutely, absolutely. That's my take. I know it's a probably it's a little harsh on
No,
everybody who's born
It's
here, but
actually accurate.
yeah,
It's I went to India this summer. But when it comes to opportunities they have there versus here, when a lot of Indians, because a lot of Indians are trying to come here on H1 or student visa, everyone comes here and they're like, oh my gosh, there's so much here. I could do so much back at home. But no, everyone here, they're like, oh, this is just normal for us. There's no need to do anything.
yeah,
So, it is there.
yeah, absolutely. And
So we're lazy,
uh, what's it?
I didn't say we're lazy. I said that
No,
spoiled.
we are spoiled in the resources that we have abundant resources that we think is normal, but if you went to a different country, it's not normal.
yeah. Let's say we're not cognizant of what we have, right? Which is I mean, it's not nobody's fault, right?
Well, I understand what you're talking about because I do travel
Uh-huh.
outside of other countries.
Yep.
Now, what that does for me is give me a lot of humility. Like, hey,
Mhm.
as an American citizen born here on this land, I have no right to complain.
Yeah.
Because what I've saw in some of those third world countries, they have it way worse than us.
That's true. Yes, and we don't see it. We don't fully get it until you go through that, right? And so growing up, I had this feeling of how we can build and create. I looked at businesses as very differently from many others, right? For me, that's what we do, right? Business is not about business and profit and things like that are not bad things to do, right? If you don't have businesses, then you don't have a way to do your daily living, right? So no
Right.
jobs, at least for now. Of course, AI is coming. That's a bigger thing that we need to talk about. But
Right.
jobs are usually created by businesses. And if you don't have businesses, then you don't have jobs. What do you do? Sit around?
I don't know. I've always been someone in business, always looking for opportunities. Um, especially, building relationships with people.
Yeah.
And then seeing what is missing and seeing how I can solve it. Because you did mention earlier that entrepreneurship is creating something out of thin air.
That's true. Yeah.
And we're taking a lot of risks. Not know we just have this idea and we go about it.
Yeah.
And it seems like okay, it gets better and better as we go towards that idea
Yeah.
and we start to put all the pieces together. But it's not for the weak.
Yeah, I mean, we have to define what is weak and everything. Of course, I mean, what I'm saying, right? So, yeah, what you said is spot on. In fact, I don't know if you heard this analogy, right? Airplane, entrepreneurs is like trying to build an aeroplane and trying to, out of thin air, you jump in and you're building it on the ground. right? So you're trying to build the airplane while you're trying to fly the airplane, right? So it's like, and there's another one.
I understand what you're saying.
And
Like if I fell off the cliff, I'm supposed to build a house while I'm going down,
you're going down, yeah, yeah. Build a plane while you're going down,
or
right?
build a plane. But I understand.
That's a standard. I mean,
It's
you
an
can tell.
oxymoron.
Yeah, I forget the right code, but that's how it's. And then eating glass,
Hmm.
going down. That's how you sustain yourself, right?
Yeah.
So it's tough out there.
You're very into AI. What is Mindspace AI?
Well, Mindspace.AI is a product development company around AI, and we do have our own product platform that we're building, and it's called Bots Work.
Bots work.
Yeah, Bots Work. So it's a platform where we were trying to build that super tool. To me, AI is a super tool. And right now, if you look at entrepreneurs, founders, small businesses, we are all in pain because of the too many things we have to do to keep the business running. Every
Too many things.
Too many things.
Meaning too many roles that you have to do.
Yeah, including
Duties
roles,
and
including roles as well as things. For example, to me, it's largely about the digital side of things. You got to keep a website, then you got to 4 or 5 social media channels. You got to put it on. You got to keep create content out there. Of course, you need a blog. I mean, if you don't have a blog, what kind of company you have, right? You got to have a blog now.
so you're basically the CEO is the chief everything officer.
Chief everything officer, yeah.
Doing the marketing, doing the accounting,
Running around, yeah.
running around like a chicken with a cut off head, pretty much.
Yeah.
But so that's the main problem that you
That's what I'm trying to solve.
with the smaller businesses.
Yeah.
Okay.
And for smaller, so what happened in the last 20 years plus, 25 years plus, right, is the way companies are built. Right. That's the way companies are built, and that evolved naturally. It's nobody's fault, right? Is you take a very small problem and then you do it really well, right? So it's like this. Every solution that we have is a one trick pony, or one. It's good for one thing.
Hmm.
And to run a business, you need to do so many things
Simultaneous.
So you end up with you have to now track so many tools. You got, just imagine if you want to connect with somebody, are you going to send a LinkedIn message, or like a social media message, or email, or text, or call, or
Do it all. Why not?
Yeah. And then now you got to track people. Some people are good with responding on text. Some people are good if you call them, that's when they respond. So it becomes, all of a sudden, it's hard to handle, right, for one person or a small team. So I'm trying to use that power of AI so that we don't have to handle all these different tools separately, right? AI will do that, right? So that we will work with one window or one interface that can deal with all these different tools. So and then I'm going into that scenario where you want to make software uh, do the work, starting to do the work. Right now is a wonderful time that, you see, if you look at Word, Word and Excel, right? So if you use Word, right, you can build whatever document you want, or Canva, you can create anything that you want to post, right? Any kind of graphics. Now, think of a time when these softwares create that for you. Think of a time when this Word or this Excel will create the document for you.
You tell it what to do.
You tell it what to do.
Okay.
And now imagine that for your business, right? You tell it what to do, and then it does it kind of like a clockwork, 24/7. So, for example, AI can pick up phone calls and then talk to your customers, right? It could send alerts, it could send reminders, and of course there are things that are already out there doing it, but with AI everything is going to that next level.
So,
Yeah.
a question, you're saying you're gonna have a all-inclusive, platform,
Mhm.
correct? With all the, there's always, companies focusing on, individual this, or one company doing specifically phone, or one specific
Yeah.
company doing specifically text. if you're having all of this incorporated, doesn't that it's sure it increases the value some point, to a certain degree, but at doesn't the efficiency or the tools decrease because you have so many that you have to control?
Yeah, the number of tools will decrease. Basically, if you have a unified tool, then you don't spend a lot of time copying from one tool to the other, like taking whatever you put in one tool to another one, right? So, and you don't have to track separate. So, this is really useful for smaller teams, smaller businesses, right? When you're larger companies, everybody can have one guy. We all go into the mode of, okay, you take care of social media, another one take care of some other part of the business, right? Inventory control.
Are we talking about
I think you may
one,
have
two?
misunderstood my question.
Okay, sorry.
So it was, you have all these tools,
Yeah.
right? When you have a lot of tools, the quality of the tool decreases. So how are you going to combat with that?
Yes. What I'm trying to let me understand your question. So, if I integrate all the tools in one platform, then the quality of my individual tools would decrease, right?
Right, but as a whole, it might be good, but the quality of each specific tool versus what they could find out there, it's going to be decreased compared to what's out
Yeah.
there.
And do you know that most of these great tools that we have, we don't even use 10% of their whole capacity.
You probably don't.
That's what I call bloated tools, right? We got all these tools, we don't even use half its capacity.
What was that term you said?
You mean
Bloated?
bloated? Yeah.
Oh, bloated.
Bloated. Yeah. Sorry, yeah, my pronunciation. Yeah, bloated tools. Right. So what's happening is we take a small problem, we build really extremely good tools, and even the customer is just using 10% of all it can do. So I'm creating that just enough tool to run the business, and especially for small business, it's a big deal. It's my because we don't have to scramble to learn all these different tools.
Small business talking about from
From
2 to 10 employees, or
solopreneur to like startup founders all
so,
the way to 10 employees. Yeah.
so that's your ideal client.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. At least for now.
Is there a plan to expand
course,
further? Like, is it, you said earlier that, big companies won't use this kind of platform, but is it possible?
What I believe, if you go to my website, botsworkai.com, right? I have bots for different things,
Okay.
right? So I think that we all will have some kind of a personal AI tool with which we will do all of these different software. So we would be interacting only to maybe one or two tools, like just like ChatGPT. And I don't know if you saw Perplexity's new browser, right? They just came out with their Comet browser just like 2 days ago or something.
Okay.
Right. So you tell it to, hey, I'm going on a trip and I want some hotel booked, and I want, could you take some tickets? I plan to go on this day and come back on this day, and the browser will go browse all the different websites, whatever it wants. It'll take the tickets for you. It'll book the hotels for you, and you don't have to literally go to those websites to get your things done, right? Just like if the world is moving more towards like AI becoming like a super assistant that can do so many things for you.
Personal concierge.
Yeah. So that's going to be heavy is what I'm thinking, right? So you would probably not go to a traditional computer and start working on you may not have to do that for many things.
Well,
You could be on the run.
The way, I mean, you have more experience as far as being here on this earth, but you saw the transitions from like the phase of
like pen and paper to
pen and paper. I was going with the more architectural, or when we were on the farms and doing crops and all that stuff, and then the .com comes, and then now AI is down the pipeline, and things are moving faster than we can even explain.
It's crazy. I get you.
And so, are you concerned about
Oh
the
yeah,
the way we're moving?
I am concerned. Yes, but it's not like I'm not panicking. I'm just hopeful because historically technology has always come to our help, right?
Correct.
So you see, it has given us superpowers. We have to, if we think about somebody who is coming to this world now, somebody who was 50 years, ago, right? They time travel and come to the modern world. They're going to really feel a lot of things magic. If they see phones, well, that's magic, right?
Right.
And to me, AI is that next revolution that's going to propel humanity to that next level of performance and next level of things, which we literally cannot wholly conceive at this point, right? So right now we're thinking about AI is going to come and take away our jobs. That's the biggest concern, right? Now, of course, it's going to rip apart a lot of the social fabric and things that we see today is going to change, right, in a big
As,
way.
as far as like the social human interaction with people, or
Yes, I think the human interactions will change. The what we do for a living will change. How we use machines on a day-to-day basis will change. Yeah, I don't know if you have taken the recent the Waymo the driverless taxi service, right?
the driverless taxi
Driverless
service.
taxi.
That's not. I haven't seen it in Texas yet,
Well, it's coming.
but it's in California right now.
No, yeah, I mean it's in California. That's what really got public. But the Waymo was there in Austin when they
Oh
had the
yeah, that
Essex,
is.
the Southwest by Southwest. Right?
Yeah, that is
I was
correct.
going with my friend, and we got a Waymo ride.
Mhm.
So it wasn't there for everybody, but we did get a Waymo ride from Uber. It's crazy. It's a very different experience.
So, you're you think AI is going to change things, but there are people um that says quantum is better because now we have a quantum supercomputer,
And
right? So, um what is your opinion on that? Is that a good progression? Now, obviously any progression is good, but
yeah,
is that really going to change how AI is viewed because quantum AI is what they're calling it now?
yeah.
Um that's better than a supercomputer. So, you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, see, we got to look at it this way, right? There are a few things. I mean, it's great you talked about the quantum computer. And, AI wasn't in the mainstream for almost 20 years because we didn't have enough computing. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we have too much.
Now we have too much, but, the father of AI, his name is Jeffrey Hinton. Is a professor, right?
Okay.
So AI started kind of, I mean, it's not just one person; it's a lot of people, but he's
Right.
largely
He's known as the founder.
yeah, he's father,
And then the founder is
modern
so-
AI. Yeah. Well, he was one of the very disregarded professors for a very long time because he wasn't able to create anything meaningful around AI. So people used to, they didn't even invite him for conferences, right? So there was a time when AI was something else. It's not even going to happen. And it just came to the mainstream, just when Alexa started speaking much better than humans in Google Voice, right? It's speaking like humans and answering questions. Oh, wow, something new is happening. Then from that, you can see now ChatGPT came, and now it's like a huge, inflection point that happened. So what I'm saying is that quantum computing is going to really accelerate everything. It's going to help speed up what we are seeing right now. And there are even really things that we haven't really thought about. Do you know that the main concern now is power, right? For AI, you need a lot of compute. And do you know how much how powerful our brain is in
Oh,
terms of things it can do, right? It's like
for
thousands of times of order magnitude, much more powerful than the biggest computers we have today.
yes, I am aware of that.
Thank God it's like that, right? So AI is not going to come after us for some time, or that's what that's one comfort we have, right? The human, but still, what I'm saying is, the little bees the little firefly.
Yeah.
I listened to one of JP Morgan's researchers, right? Where no, this is literally that's what's happening. They're taking a fly's brain and then trying to teach it to do computations because it takes very, very, very low power. So biological computation is what is, just like quantum computing. um, Storage is another thing. Do you know how much can our brain can store? And now a tiny biological brain material within 5 millimeter is able to five really thin slice of a peck of biological material can store what a huge data center can store.
Right. Yeah.
So that's another revolutionary things. Biological compute or bio computing is coming heavily. So we don't know if quantum computing is even going to be the only source for us to get that large computing power at very low computing capability at very low power.
Right.
Power draw. Yeah.
So, what is, one thing that you think every founder should know, every young creator, young founder should know before they come into entrepreneurship?
It's a tough question, but one thing is that you're most likely not going to end up how you planned, how you went, right? So, of course, I mean, I'm not. It's an entrepreneurship is a journey. It's not like a one shot, and it
The
happens to some people, or that's the optics of it.
the analogy I got as an entrepreneur, how we think it's a straight line,
Yeah.
but as we go on our journey,
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
zigzag.
It's exactly. Some days we're just beaten down so hard. Some days we still have to pick it up and then keep moving. And the one thing is just don't give up, right? So the never give up attitude is what. Uh, and then the next thing is, hey, if you have good runway, that will be that'll be great, right? So have good runway. Make sure that it's great for young. It's great to be an entrepreneur when you're young, right? You can do whatever you want, and you can fool around with whatever things you have. Nobody's going to really, you know, uh, question you or judge you as much as you grow. And then you don't have a family, so entrepreneurship is painful. The family can it can take a toll on families. um, there's no income until whatever you're doing, and nobody understands what you're doing, right? Until that works out,
Right.
it's a great journey to be, but it comes with its
Cost. Do you have any social media you'd like to shout out, or?
yeah. I'm on LinkedIn, and follow me on Twitter at the rate Prasad Pillai. Is on x.com. And then I also have my LinkedIn profile. And hey, check out my product website, botswork.ai. Uh, Feel free to get in touch with me. I'll be happy to connect. And yeah, let's build that AI super tool that we all need.
Yup. Thank you, Mr. Prasad. Thank you for being on the podcast. Thank you for sharing your story, and anything else you'd like to add on, Jonathan?
real quick, if there was one book that you would recommend that made a great impact, just the name of the book, what would you suggest?
Uh, I'm not really a book reader, but one of the book is The Secret. Is a book.
Secret.
Yeah,
Awesome, awesome.
that's one book. Yeah.
Well, thank you for your time. This is the Entrepreneur Mindset Podcast with PJ and JP, and Prasad was our guest.
Thank you for having me.